Hello friends, welcome to Wealth Guru. So here I'm back again with another exciting video, and the stock which I'm going to discuss today is Godrej Properties. And before I go deep into the details, I just request you to if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe the channel because I get similar kind of content every day and stock tip every day from different broker houses like 5paisa, ICICI Direct and many others. And not only just recommendations, I give my perspective in terms of whether you should buy it, what are the fundamentals and technicals look like, and if what things you should consider before buying the stock. Alright, so before making any delay, let's get started. So this is what the recommendation from 5paisa is. I am in the portal there, and as you can see, the stock has been recommended based on a technical setup, as it is moving up from its 50-day moving average, and you can initiate coverage on the stock in the range of 1410 to 1428 for a target price of close to 1590, and as per today's stock price it's at 1407. So you can buy it for almost a kind of a gain of around 15% on the stock. And this is coming from Godrej company, so that's definitely a reliable company. So not a lot of downside risk is there, but possibly a lot of upside potential there, at least in the short term. So we'll see how the fundamentals look like. Let me take you to the ICICI Direct portal and we'll do a fundamental and technical analysis of how it looks like. Alright, so here we are at the ICICI Direct portal, and we'll do a SWOT analysis, a technical analysis, a fundamental analysis, and overview before you can decide whether you want to buy the stock or not. And as I said, it's at the end of the day, it's the personal preference that drives any buying recommendation. So I'll just give you all the details, but you just have to decide yourself whether you want to buy it or not. So to start with, it's a huge company with a huge market cap of close to 39,000 crores, but it has a trailing P for the last 12 months of minus 205, which is not that great. There's operating profit margin which is in the negative, that's also not that great. Operating revenue is also not that great, of 432 crores only for a company of market cap 39,000 crores. That doesn't look encouraging. And if you look at the stock movement, it has almost doubled in the last 1 year, from almost 700 to close to 1400 plus now. So the stock has almost doubled in last 1 year. So let's see what are the kind of strengths it has. As you can see, there are 5 strengths, 16 weaknesses, 4 opportunity and 2 threats. So prima facie this doesn't look like to be a great candidate to invest, but there is certain silver lining in terms of the franchise it comes from. It's the Godrej Group, which is giving a positive indicator, but purely in a short term. For a long term perspective, I would not suggest you to buy this, because on the SWOT analysis perspective it doesn't look encouraging, but purely on a technical front it can gain around 15% from this point onwards. But on a fundamental level it doesn't. I do not subscribe, I do not encourage you to buy this stock for a long term position. So what are the strengths? It has increasing revenue every quarter for the past 3 quarters. The book value has been improving for the past 2 years. Company has 0 promoter plays. FIE and FPI has increasing the stakeholder for last few quarters, and there is strong momentum, price above short, medium and long term moving averages. That's also good. So all these are good. The last point indicates a good technical strength on the stock. What are the weaknesses? The weaknesses list is pretty huge, the 16 weaknesses, but I'll just go over a few that will just give an indication of what exactly are the weaknesses and where it is coming from. First and the foremost is company has a growing cost year on year for the long term projects. So as it happens for most of the real estate companies, the cost is going up every day. There is not a lot of demand coming from the market because of the COVID restrictions and all. So there is a constraint from that perspective. There's red flag in the high interest payment compared to the earnings. So whatever earnings it has a very huge interest payment to be made. So that's a negative. Promoters holding is decreasing by more than 2% quarter on quarter. Mutual funds also decreased their shareholders for the last quarter, and there is inefficient use of shareholder fund, which indicates the ROE has been declining for last 2 years. insufficient use of assets, the ROA is also decreasing, poor cash generated from the core business, so that's also negative, and there is a degrowth in the revenue and profit. So all these are weaknesses. There are a huge list, and basically what it indicates is there is a huge debt on the company, and there's not a lot of demand coming from the market, but the interest burden is rising every day. So all these indicates not great fundamentals. But you can, if you are a purely technical player, you can still play it. But from a purely fundamental perspective, I will not suggest this stock to you. And in terms of opportunity, there is positive breakout on the stock. There is strong stock with low P, but this is not a correct picture because it has a negative P, so that's why it is less than P. But this is not right. RSI indicates price strength, which is right because it has a good technical buy signal now. There is high volume, high gain that is going on right now. In terms of the threats, the profit to loss companies. So this is, as I said, this could be moving from a profit to a loss, and company has negative growth and promoters decreasing shareholders quarter on quarter. So these are all negatives. So all these warrant for not having a stake at a fundamental level for long term, but still you can have a short term position purely on a technical play, adhering to the stop loss I indicated in the beginning. So just stick to that. In terms of the promoter holding and the shareholding pattern, promoters hold almost 58% in the company. Mutual funds hold only 3.83%, FIIs hold 27.89%, and others and public hold around close to 10% of the overall stake. So this is how the shareholding pattern looks like. So just to summarize, as I said, if you want to buy, just technically go for it. If you're a fundamental like analyst and you want to work on the fundamental of the company, do not invest in it. So that's pretty much what my recommendations are. Alright, so if you like this video, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that next time I make a video you can get a notification on that. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching.